Hi guys, what is going on, and welcome back to another video on Conqueror's Blade. So, we're going to be going back to a little bit of an older tech tree unit, the Prefecture Pikemen. Not played these guys for quite a long time, probably 6 months or so since we last had a video on them, and that was the last time I think I had them out, so thought it was about time we went back and revisited them. No particularly logical reason why we've decided to come and visit them now, just, I don't know, kind of fancied playing them. And I've actually been really having a lot of fun playing them. The unit is really all about the charge. This is what they're all about. They have a really nice charge. Unfortunately, they've actually got a damage reduction against heroes now. They are still an effective hero killer, but they're not quite as ridiculous as they once were. It's kind of a shame they've applied this. Killing heroes is really kind of their forte, really. So, kind of seems a shame that they've applied that as a penalty to their unit, but still, they can kill heroes quite effectively, and actually they do a boatload of damage against enemy units. Charge these into the rear of a unit of Iron Reapers, and you'll actually do quite a lot of damage. So for that reason, that's why I've got them down this bottom line, because it's got various sort of increased charge things, charge cooldowns, etc., increased duration, and charge damage finally by an extra 10%. That's for me what the unit is really all about. Kind of reflected that in Doctrines a little bit as well. Charge cooldown and a bit of extra hero damage. You could certainly throw on, actually I have actually now got a spare Breakthrough Doctrine, you could throw them on, but you know, they're kind of a cheap throwaway unit, so I've not really been going too over the top Doctrine-wise on these guys. They're obviously very cheap to run as well. Unit kits coming in at a grand total of, oh we've got one, a grand total of just over 1,000 bronze, so they're actually really quite cheap to run, which makes them a fun unit to play. Anyway, let's just hop into some battles with them, see if we can charge down a few enemies and see if we can pick up some kills. So we kick things off with a little bit of Orlenburg. This map's actually kind of slowly grown on me a little bit over time. Anyway, really slow start to the game. The team took down a lot of the enemy siege towers, and annoyingly a Scorpio round managed to land smack in the middle of the unit. They do burn, as it turns out, but thankfully not quite enough to completely die, so we just got them healed up at the supply point. But I noticed the enemy were moving down the stairs from the one tower they'd got in, and starting to threaten our back supply point. Well, this is the sort of perfect fight for a few little prefecture guards. Line them up, charge them in, and yeah, the enemy hero is right into the midst of that. He was never going to survive that. But then they actually really don't perform too badly just in melee. Against another pike unit here, we can just push them in, and they do a perfectly fine job. Put a little bit of damage reduction on them, and we just fight through the unit. And take ourselves, well, 28 kills and a hero kill, who managed to run over. Even better that it was a maul. Anyway, with them dead, I want to get the unit healed up, and I've got to decide where we're going to go next. And I see that they're starting to capture on the B point. Thinking, right, okay, well that's the obvious place to go. And actually, it could be quite good for us. If we can charge up that staircase, then the enemies don't really get the opportunity to see us coming. We may get a few enemy heroes at the front, and we may be able to pick up another 1 or 2 hero kills. So we're coming across, trying to get the unit to come with me. And then it's kind of at this point, I think, I don't think we're going to make it. And I see that the enemy are coming down that stairs from the gatehouse, and are going to start threatening the A point, so I'm a bit worried about that as well. So I sack off the B point, come around the corner, and we've got a lovely stack of pike militia standing here. Now I don't actually get the first charge to go off quite properly, because they station, the charge ability changes. It's a slightly annoying feature I've found. They have kind of these dual charges. Anyway, sometimes I find it slightly means that you don't get the charge to go off quite properly. But we slam into the pike militia. It basically wipes the whole unit in one charge. We were on 28 kills and we ended up on, what, 55 in a couple of seconds. The charge is really damaging. You know, I know pike militia aren't a super high tier unit, but then neither are these prefecture pikes, to be honest. The charge is really damaging. So I was going to head back to that other supply point, get the unit healed up, when I noticed they're actually starting to push this supply point. Well, it kind of looked like they were. We've actually got quite a lot of stuff here, and with the guns and other sort of high-tier melee units, it actually wasn't really too much in threat. But I saw a target, and any kills are good kills, so we're head for them. Try and start to push into some of these serfs, start to push the unit up, get a little bit stuck in, get a little bit aggressive, push them into the fight. I have a little hesitate thinking quite a bit of stuff was coming up the siege tower, but it's actually just one unit of condos. I think, oh, well, if they're just going to run away, then we shall give chase. We have a quick check of the tower just to make sure there wasn't any archers pushing up. Sometimes people set a unit to come up or something like that, and you can just get really easy kills in those situations. But there wasn't, so we're pushing on, still chasing down these unit of condos. Again, checking the tower. And then they're still pulling them, so this is my opportunity to get to them. So hop over the wall, get in front of them enough so I can at least knock a good chunk of them down. And this, just really mostly about hero, really. The unit catches up, because they actually have a decent movement speed, and we, help grab a few of them, but we wipe a full unit of condos. But more importantly, we're now completely behind the enemy push on A, line the unit up. Again, the charge catches me out, but we get them off, and they can just go slamming straight into the back of all the enemy units. Oh, glorious kills. And a bit more high-tier stuff, straight into the back of some palace guards in there, a little bit more high-tier stuff. Try and get a weapon dance kill on that enemy hero. Still not managed to get a hero kill with it yet. But look, we're up to almost 100 kills now with this unit. They're only a blue tier unit. They're not supposed to be doing amazingly. They're just about really using them as a throwaway unit, but a slightly better quality throwaway unit. We just cleared through some of the stuff at the back, and we basically cleared the A point. I thought, well, hell, since there's only a few of them left, we should just charge in, line them up in the gateway, go for the charge. As we do, we actually get enemy cavalry come in, and they actually work pretty well. Look at the damage we get. 3, 4, 5, 6. Picking up quite a few cavalry kills, doing quite a bit of damage against those armigers, considering it's just a couple of enemy units left. Really kind of shows how impressive the unit is and how much damage they can do. So yeah, really finding them very enjoyable. And that's really kind of summarises how I use the unit. They're a cheap unit. They're kind of my throwaway unit. I know they're kind of blue, so I suppose you're creeping up a little bit on leadership cost. But as a cheap throwaway unit, I think they're really fun because you can... push them off the wall. Because you can use them without really worrying too much if they're going to die. And that means you kind of make risky plays with them. And they're always sometimes the best plays. Sometimes they go completely crap and you achieve nothing. But sometimes... they're the ones where you end up getting loads of kills or sneaking around or getting some high tier stuff, and that's always the most satisfying. So that's kind of how I've been using them. Yeah, that's all I've really got to say on them. Hopefully you've kind of enjoyed the video. If you have, do let me know what you think in the comments down below. Fingers crossed they don't go and give them some random out of the blue buff about a day before I release the video. That normally seems to be what happens here, but fingers crossed that doesn't happen. But anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and of course I shall see you all on the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. I shall see you all on the next one.